What an exciting time of year. High school, college, even the NFL seasons have all begun. So we decided to start this week's Explore Tulsa with a real got milk kind of guy.
Then a little taste of home.
Followed by the man behind Whole Body Healing.
Plus making it look good everywhere.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Good to see you with us again for this week's Explore Tulsa.
Recently, while shooting RSU TV's Living Grand on Grand Lake, we ran into some of the most interesting people.
Their dairy products are actually pretty well known around Tulsa. You'll find the Lomah label at Reese's, the Tulsa Farmer Market, and several restaurants around town.
And if you visit their dairy farm, you'll find the happiest cows around.
The work is never done here. I always tell him you have to have a mutation to enjoy this, and he definitely has it. We think 2 of our children might have it, and I don't have it. I haven't picked it up yet, but he certainly loves his Jersey cows, and he's living his dream right now, and we all work real hard.
Well, growing up, my grandfather on my mother's side had a medium-sized dairy, for the time. And so then when I was in about the 8th grade, I started milking cows, a little Jersey dairy, selling milk to the public on a very small scale.
His dad, as a young man, worked for the people that owned this farm, and they had brown Swiss dairy cows, just a few. But he was a neighbor kid, and he'd come over here and work, and the gentleman that owned it always said, "Boy, Johnny, I wish you'd buy this farm someday." And then as he became an adult, he did offer it to him, but the timing wasn't right for him.
I told him I didn't know if we could afford to buy it, but we'd certainly like to try. We lived across the road in a little yellow house. You drove past the white picket fence, and both springs run across that farm. And so we knew that if somebody bought this and did something industrial, it'd probably ruin our other place. So we needed a bigger house also.
And so it thrilled his dad when we actually bought this farm. We were veterinarians. I went to University of Missouri at Columbia, and he went to OSU. And like I said, we met through work, and he always talked about his dairy cows, and he always had this dream of having a small dairy and selling milk to the public where people would come out to the farm. And I didn't have any alarm bells go off, but I know he talked about it often. We raise Jersey cows, and Jersey cows are one of the antique breeds of cows. So antique breeds are Jerseys, Guernseys, goats would fall into that category in the type of milk they produce.
We're very particular about what our cows eat. They run on about 200 acres, rotate from pasture to pasture. They drink spring water. The feed that they consume is a very high quality, no soybean, no byproducts. It's all a good, wholesome product that comes from Purina.
So the Jersey cows are very, very much easy keepers. They're gentle cows. I like that aspect. They drink from an artesian spring, so they drink wonderfully fresh water, and we think that is why the milk is so good. But combined with their breed and then the abundance of artesian water that just bubbles out.
And we also raise our own alfalfa, no herbicides, no pesticides. So, we don't put any chemicals on our pastures. People know that they can buy our product and without any questions know it's a high quality product.
We sell our milk primarily in Tulsa. Many of the research stores sell it, not all of them, but many of them do. You can find the milk in several coffee shops, coffee house on Cherry Street,
Foolish Things, Fairfellow,
the Topeka Group, Shades of Brown. Pioneer Woman is selling our milk in their coffee shop, using it in her restaurant as well.
Camara, McNally's, Bodine's, Nordaggio's.
And the Cherry Street Farmers Market, of course, every Saturday, Cherry Street Farmers Market, bright and early. We love it because people come to the farm and, you know, not everybody can have a Jersey cow in their backyard and produce their own milk, even though many people would like to, but they can come out here, they can walk around, they can watch the cows being milked, they can go look at the baby calves in the barn, they can look at the sheep that are out all the time. The best day to come for a tour is Sunday afternoon. We try not to have extra work on Sunday and just do our necessary work, so we have a little extra time and you can come out and you can see the cows, you can look at the baby calves, and he can give you the grand tour. So we love to give tours so that people can see where the milk comes from, that yes, the family farm is still alive and it can be done. It can be a viable operation.
Stanley, Donna, and their family are very hardworking and some of the most down-to-earth people you'd ever meet.
I'd love to give tours of their dairy farm too. And to find out more on how to get their products, look for Lomah Dairy Wyandotte, Oklahoma on Facebook.
You can learn more about the Lomah Dairy and other places around Grand Lake by watching Living Grand on Grand Lake on RSU TV Thursday nights at 8 p.m.
One of the places you can find Stanley at almost every week is the Tulsa Farmers Market on Cherry Street.
Coincidentally enough, that happens to be our next stop when Explore Tulsa continues.
Take charge of your health. We are what we put into our bodies.
We approach medicine from a unique standpoint. Rather than treating only the symptoms of an illness, we work to find the root cause and promote wellness of the entire body.
Our clinic offers complete assessment and treatment programs, including hormone replacement therapy, osteopathic manipulative therapy, and genetic DNA testing. It all starts with a medical evaluation.
Contact us today to begin your path to wellness.
Welcome back for more Explore Tulsa. Now, since 1998, Tulsans have been in full support of fresh fruits and vegetables straight from the farm.
And I tell you what, Trish, I'm like a pretty picky eater who doesn't always eat right, but the goods at the Tulsa Farmers Market are really pretty tasty.
I'm guessing your wife is behind you eating better.
That girl is everything good for me, including the fun we had hanging out at Tulsa Farmers Market on Cherry Street.
We find that a lot of our customers are foodies. So some people come just because of the taste. It is way better than you can get anywhere else. But a lot of people come because of the nutrient density that you can find in the foods. Our foods are picked just hours before the market, maybe a day before. And when you pick it that early and that fresh, that the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, they're much more intact. So you are going to get a whole lot more bang for your buck when it comes to nutrition. So we definitely see people that are engaged in their nutrition there at the market. Many people come after a run, people make it an outing together or hit yoga afterwards, so it definitely fits into a healthy lifestyle. The Tulsa Farmers Market started in 1998. It was the brainchild of Marilyn Iloff and Susan Simmons. After they went on a excursion to Fayetteville, they saw their farmers market there and thought Tulsa needed something just like that. So it started in the Jason's Deli parking lot, and it has grown and grown and grown 19 years later to be on the street with over 75 vendors. I think people really took to the farmers market easily because it was something that Tulsans have been wanting for a really long time. They love the agriculture and they just needed the opportunity to purchase it. And it was a wonderful place where people could gather. It was a wonderful place to grab breakfast, meet your friends, and just became huge overnight. The market has been around for nearly 2 decades, and we do have original vendors still with us today. We have a little over a handful that have been with us from day one. It's been pretty fantastic to see how much they love the market and have stuck with us over the years. The Cherry Street Farmers Market is 7 to 11 on Saturdays, and we run from April through October. And during that time, we'll have different events throughout the week, but every weekend you can count on live music, and you're always going to catch something different going on, some sort of sample. We have a magician out there from time to time. We try to make it as fun as possible. The experience of shopping at the market is completely different from a retail setting because, first of all, you're outside and it's a wonderful atmosphere when the weather cooperates, of course, and you can get products that you can't get anywhere else. So everything at the farmers market is grown in Oklahoma soil. We don't allow any buying and reselling whatsoever, and you get to really know the people growing your food. So you can ask them intimate questions about that and deepen your relationship with your food. And of course, the taste, when you eat something fresh that hasn't been shipped in, there's a huge difference. You have to taste it to believe it. It's a completely unique experience for coming from a farmer perspective. It's a livelihood that's really anchored in tradition, and it's a really grounding experience. It's incredibly fulfilling to work with the land. And when you sell at the farmers market, your customers can feel that. That is extended through your produce stand, and something that they can feel also connected to the soil, Oklahoma tradition, and a career that's really been in the decline for many years. So it's a way that you can still support that and help these people continue this tradition. And also, when you support small-scale family farmers, you're supporting responsible growing as well, which is really important. There is a lot of large-scale corporate farming that happens, but when you support small-scale, you're able to support practices that are very honorable, and it makes the difference completely in the experience and then the food itself. And you know that your dollar is going something that matters, the local economy, your neighbor. It's a really rewarding experience.
Chris, the Oklahoma farm community, and everyone involved in Tulsa Farmers Market do such a great job of making the experience fun. Plus, it's really neat to talk to the people who actually raise those products.
Now, to find out when to visit and how to participate for yourself, visit tulsafarmersmarket.org to learn more.
Dr. Mark and Michelle Sherwood of the Functional Medical Institute would approve of all the fresh fruit and vegetables I picked out at the Tulsa Farmers Market.
Well, how about we just ask him next when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
Don't exercise too hard. Over-exercising stimulates hormonal changes in the body that promote fat storage.
That's right. Actually, over-exercising can make you fat.
When it comes to exercise, focus on maintaining an active lifestyle. Simply make a plan to move more and sit less.
Establish a regular cardiovascular workout routine, at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Get out for a brisk walk, regular time on the treadmill or even the elliptical.
For a balanced exercise plan, look for our online video-based workout programs.
Get started today by visiting wellnesslifeacademy.com.
Sony and Video Revolution take you there. From space travel to world championships. Tomorrow's technology today. 4K smart TVs and the largest flat screens available. Now more than ever, you have the best seat in the world when history is made. Video Revolution. On the northwest corner, 71st and Lewis.
Hello everyone, good to have you still with us for more Explore Tulsa. You know, with tailgate parties and the holiday season not far behind, now is the time to start thinking about being fit.
Good idea, Stevie. And as a real friend of Explore Tulsa, former bodybuilder and former Tulsa police officer, Dr. Mark Sherwood is our local expert on the subject.
I like Mark because he kind of reminds me of me if I were, more fit, handsome, and a doctor.
He's also just a great guy who's serious about helping people at the Functional Medical Institute.
Anything I've ever done, I've tried to be the best, not in competition with anybody else, but to be the best I can be and push that level the best up higher.
Always stands on his word, always steps up to help somebody in need. He's always the one that will be the last man standing in any situation. He always shows up.
No, I went to college to play baseball, truthfully. But while there, I got a degree in business and with a minor in management. So it was something that, I knew that I wasn't going to be a professional baseball player for life. So I had to do something. And after college, I actually tried to play professional baseball for a couple of years and was successful for a while, and realized that the major leagues wasn't part of my future. So at that point, I needed a job. So a friend of mine was on the police department in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I chose to apply, and lo and behold, 24 years later, I was still there. Police work was completely a culture shock for me, coming from small town America, going into bigger city or larger city. The crime and stuff I saw, the poverty, being involved in the housing projects early in my career.
He helps me put a lot of perspective on my life and the things that I think are stressful. Knowing that he literally dealt with life and death situations that were very personal in some points.
To see people die, to see people at their best and their worst, everybody, to see people die, to see them overcome, that changes you. That changes you, big time. It turns your whole world around, because you realize that life is sudden, it's uncertain, and there's evil in the world, and it's real, and it will kill you. And that's something that sticks with me, seeing the faces of death. Yeah, I did every assignment you can imagine, from SWAT team, undercover, detective, internal affairs, street patrol, anything like that you can imagine. I did it, and academy, and it was a great time, great career. Towards the end of my career, I was put in the academy, so I was in charge of a wellness program that we didn't have. In other words, they said, you figure it out and you start it. So I went on a mission, and my mission took me to personal training schools. It took me all kinds of courses, and I just started applying myself and trying to figure out, well, first of all, it started out, why are these men and women I'm dealing with here coming into the department in the best shape of their life, and why are they leaving in the worst shape of their life and dying? And I wanted to kind of unravel that thing, and I discovered stress, I discovered nutrition, I discovered exercise, and that kind of led me on this quest, if you will, to kind of pursue naturopathic degree. And it sounds like I've changed a career, but I haven't. In a sense, my duties were to protect and serve, but really that's expanded. Try to keep people from hurting themselves, today by doing bad things to their bodies, by putting them in their mouth or putting bad things in their heads. I got a call one day to become part of, or to try out for the power team, and that's the guys that break the bricks and tear phone books, blow up hot water bottles, been stealing their teeth, and break large walls of ice with their head. And I went for my tryout, and little did I know that was going to change my life too. So that kind of got me more orientated to ministry work, and that took me all around the world. Our clinic is not a place of disease management. People get well. We want people to heal their marriages. We want people to heal their lives, their family. There's probably no greater reward in my life than seeing people come in and their whole life turns around, not just physically, but emotionally, intellectually. We teach them, and then spiritually. They get better, they get stronger.
In a situation where someone feels hopeless, or they feel like they can't lose that extra weight, or they don't have a sense of self-confidence, he's going to reinstill that in them and give them the hope to carry on.
It's fascinating, and I can't wait to see what the next turn holds.
That was so great of Dr. Mark to share his story, and his eyes really lit up when he started talking about meeting Dr. Michelle and starting their lives together.
To find out how to take the right steps to total body healing and wellness, visit fmidr.com to learn more or to set up an appointment.
I think Doctors Mark and Michelle need to have some t-shirts for the Functional Medical Institute.
Ooh, maybe we can help them out with our next stop when we visit the Flash Flood Print Studios just ahead with more Explore Tulsa.
We do podiatry, we do dental oral appliances, we do women's health, We see children, pediatrics, and overall family care.
I'm a primary care provider for Sooner Care. We're also taking commercial insurances now as well. Any given day, I might do a well child on a 4-day-old baby and then see a 72-year-old who's here because they need to follow up on their sleep study.
Patients seem to like the idea where they can just come here and they don't have to worry about going to all these different specialists, whether they need a sleep study or a CPAP machine or diabetic shoes or an oral appliance. We help bring all that to the table for them.
And especially with oral appliances, custom fit by a specially trained dentist, and we have Dr. Bennett, who's the best in the business.
It has been my dream to be able to work with all the specialties together. There are not many places in the United States that have all parts of this together. To me, it's amazing, and that's truly how sleep and patient care should be.
Hello, nice to see you back with us for more Explore Tulsa.
We should have May and Nick at Flash Flood Studios make you a t-shirt that just says that. You know how many times you must say something like, nice to see you back with us for more Explore Tulsa on the show like every year?
I'm sure it's a pretty big number.
If you had a t-shirt, you could just point at it, save us a lot of time on the show.
I'm sure May and Nick could come up with something even more creative to let us promote Explore Tulsa.
When I was a teenager, I got really into the idea of learning how to screen print. I saw an article about a screen printing studio in a music magazine, and they had made some really cool looking gig posters. And I saw it and decided that that's what I wanted to do. And I went out and bought a kit and tried to make it happen in my parents' kitchen, in my bathroom. I made a huge mess and eventually made like maybe one good print, and that kind of started my love of screen printing.
Pretty much. I started out in high school making my own stencils for doing like graffiti work and making my own shirts that way, and then just as I could get actual jobs doing it, started doing that around 11 or 12 years ago actually.
Well, I went to college for graphic design and printmaking, and basically just tried to learn as much as I could about the process and just about different art forms, and tried to soak up as much as I could.
After doing it for 6 years or so for other people, and just started to feel like, why am I doing this for someone else and making them money when I can be doing it on my own?
I think I was just at a point in my life where I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I was kind of in between jobs, and my business partner Nick and I had been talking about it for a little while, and it just felt like the right time to start our own thing. Like, we really wanted to be in control of what we were doing and the quality of what we were outputting. So you start out with an image. You can make something hand-drawn, you can do it on the computer. We output our artwork digitally because we are a commercial shop, and we like to make sure everything is as close to the client's vision as possible. So we output it digitally, and then we expose all of our screens in an exposure unit, and then create the screens in-house and use that to print all of our t-shirts, posters, and the like.
Yeah, I do a lot of gig posters for local bands, but yeah, I like working with bands for it because they give you a lot more creative freedom. Pretty much everyone who's had me do it the last few years in town has been, hey, we like your stuff, just do whatever you want. I'm sure we'll love it, which causes its own problems, but most of the time they're fine with it.
Nick has been in the screen printing industry for at least 10 years, which is a lot for somebody who is relatively young, and he is a great technician. He is extremely patient, which I am not, and just he's got a great eye for detail. Just make sure everything that comes off of the press is perfect, and that's the kind of quality that we want to make sure we give everybody.
Actually handling everything is what May does. There's no way I could do any of this without her. The lettering that she does is fantastic. She has a really great eye for color and for layout, for designs and things like that.
It's incredibly fulfilling to actually look back and realize that I wanted to do that long ago, and then be here now and actually be doing it on a day-to-day basis.
That's so inspiring how they both met, had a common goal, and jumped right into building their success together.
To have May and Nick help you with your next print work, visit flashfloodprint.com to learn more.
Check it out, Trish. I made you a t-shirt of a kitty cat.
Okay, but the tag is on the... Wait, you made the drawing on the inside of the shirts.
Yeah, it's an inside cat. Duh.
Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Sony and Video Revolution take you there. From space travel to world championships. Tomorrow's technology today. 4K smart TVs and the largest flat screens available. Now more than ever, you have the best seat in the world when history is made. Video Revolution. On the northwest corner, 71st and Lewis.
Be sure and join us next week when we try the electric cycles at Pedigo Riverwalk with Matt Burkhart.
Special thanks to Stanley and Donna Johnson for taking us behind the scenes at the Lomah Dairy Farm, home to the happiest cows in Oklahoma.
Thanks too to Chris Hetto and the Oklahoma farmers and all the folks responsible for bringing us the Tulsa Farmers Market on Cherry Street. And thanks to Dr. Mark Sherwood for sharing his story and all the great work that he does with his wife, Dr. Michelle, at the Functional Medical Institute.
Plus thanks to May Yang and Nick Nold for partnering up to bring us exciting print solutions at Flash Flood Print Studios.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
And hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook and share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for all your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of Tulsa's best eye care value with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
And we welcome our newest sponsors, Doctors Mark and Michelle Sherwood at 61st and Sheridan.
Remember, your journey to whole body healing and wellness begins with the Functional Medical Institute.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.